Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business, a Candid chat with.
All
Um,
of us.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Eagles in Digital Business. And happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and happy and blessed uh, Monday for those who are already on Monday. So today we are bringing you the following topic.
Hmm. Yeah, our topic for today is becoming the person of your goals. Require identity before action.
That's right. So that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing here in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Yeah, and your girl here is Musumala, originally from Nigeria, but now I reside and I work in USA, and I've been a healthcare professional for several years, but now I'm a proud owner of this digital business, and I'm equally a mentor here.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now living in North Carolina with my family. I am a digital business owner and a mentor.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. So we also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and Thursdays we have our live webinars. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So you can register for either day or for both. So we have live webinars every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So you can pick any day that you want or pick both to watch the free webinar. The second link you get there is a link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, what is it that we're going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works, and also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to catch the replay from last Thursdays before this coming Tuesday's live webinar, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Mm, wonderful. So on that day, our host was Jay, who is a former educator. And then we had MD Mehidi, who is a management trainee, and Shita, who is an educator. And we had Rotu, who is um, a stay-at-home mom. So people from different cultural and career backgrounds all rocking it in this business and telling you their story.
Yes, we also had Elvira, who is a former oil and gas field employee. We had Mabel, who is a pediatric hemovic nurse care coordinator. We had Jocelyn, who's a school teacher, and we had Maria, who is a retired educator.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Masimola. So if you're catching the replay from last Thursday's live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. All right, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Yes, so our topic for today is becoming the person your goals require. Identity before action.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So welcome back to another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business. Again, this is chat with all of us.
Mhm.
So happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday. So let's start with this little thought. You don't need better goals. You need a stronger identity, okay? Because goals doesn't change your life, or who you become does. So it's more about the identity that you set your mind to. For example, for this year, for 2026, that's what it really is, where the stronger identity comes with, not about the goals, about what the person you're becoming, the person that you're creating. So we need to create that identity. So today we are going to be talking about that, because most people try to change their actions first: new habits, new routines, new plans. But science shows lasting change happens when you shift your identity first. And today we're breaking down why becoming the person your goals require is the real key to success in 2026. And for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
Yeah, we have 2 points. The first one is identity drives behavior, and number two, self identity shapes results.
Yes. So let's start with the first point.
Okay, identity drives behavior. Most people try to change their lives by changing their actions. And I try that too, I set goals, I made plans, I promised myself this time I will be consistent. And I did that so many years, especially when it came to exercising, for example. I'm like, yeah, this year I'm going to start and I'm going to do good and I'm going to do it all year. And I always did it like for the first um, couple or the first 3 months of the year. And after that, I was already burned out. I already had too much going on and I would give up. Uh, what I didn't realize back then was this: my actions could only grow as far as my identity allowed. And research from Duke University shows that nearly 45% of our daily behaviors are driven by identity based habits, not conscious decisions. That means we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall or grow to the level of how we see ourselves. Okay. So for a long time, I saw myself as someone who wasn't tech savvy, someone who um, followed instructions, not led. I didn't see myself as a leader, and someone who worked hard but stayed um, behind the scenes. And I did that for so many years. So even when opportunities appear, my behavior reflected that identity. And I always told myself I'm not social, I'm quiet. I didn't want to have the spotlight, I didn't want people to see me. I was always like hiding behind the scenes, literally. And I hesitated, I doubted, and I waited for permission every single time. Everything began to change when I stopped asking, what should I do? And started asking, who am I becoming? That's the important thing. Who do you want to become? The moment I allow myself to identify as a learner instead of an expert, a leader in progress, not a finished product, and a business builder willing to grow publicly. Okay. So you see the shift here. Before, I was afraid, I was shy, I wanted to stay behind the scenes. But when I shifted that mindset and I decided that I wanted to really see the person that I was becoming, to identify myself as someone who can learn, someone who can lead. But first, I need to learn everything. I need to become a good leader, and someone who is willing to go out there, publicly, and talk without being shy. So my actions started to align naturally. I didn't have to first discipline, I didn't need motivation every day. I simply showed up because that's what someone with this identity does. When identity shifts, behavior follows. Consistency stops feeling heavy and growth stops feeling forced. And it's something else about this is that I think when you find the one thing that you actually love doing, you're gonna be okay with the things that you were not okay before. You're gonna be willing to get out of your comfort zone because you're trying to align with the person who you are trying to become. So if you want to grow and if you see yourself as a leader and as someone who is being successful, then your identity, everything is gonna follow because you want to see that person. You're not trying to hide behind the scenes anymore. So it's not going to feel forced, it's not going to feel heavy, and it's not going to feel like a sacrifice. It's not going to feel like, oh, I got to do that again, because you love doing it. So you're going to be looking forward to doing those things. And here's something I want you to leave you with. You don't act your way into a new identity, you think your way into one, and your actions follow that.
Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, so one way, to become the person your goals require for this year, it's identity drives behavior. So you have to start, putting yourself, as the person as you want to become. So if you're not disciplined, then start, applying the discipline and then practice that. You have to start, to create that identity, just do one by one, do one for 30 days. And then after that, once you have mastered that, move to another habit that you want to continue, practicing for 30 days until you became that identity for those habits that you're required to be the person that you want to be. So for the next point, we have.
Self-identity shapes results. Like when Isabel was talking now that something, it doesn't have to be forced. Like, I want to go to work. I want to go to work to do extra hours, not because I love to do it. I know when my body hurts. I know when I'm supposed to rest, but because I just have to do it because I need the money. So it is not as if you just want to be there. It's not as if you just love to be doing it. It's because of what is behind it. So that one, as soon as you have the opportunity to leave it, you will leave it. But when you have this self-identity, like, this is who I am, this is who I am supposed to be, and you walk in resonance with that. Yes, if you are able to identify as somebody who shows up consistently, you follow through, you start something, you want to see it, you want to see it coming to a conclusion that is, well, it's not every time that you'll get a positive conclusion, but you know what you want. You want to follow through to the end, not drawing back in the middle. Like we start with exercises at the beginning of the year. I want to keep this shape and so on. Immediately you see yourself coming in line, you just say, oh, give one excuse or the other. But because you just love doing it, you will be doing it and you follow through. You want to see the results. You grow through challenges. This is what every one of us, when there is challenges, we don't draw back. We follow through because we know these challenges are surmountable, and our results will reflect that identity. Because some people at this Stanford study, they found that people who shift their self-identity before changing their behavior are 60% more likely to sustain long-term change. That is, they already know who they are. They know who they are. I'm a leader. I am a learner. Because everybody, if you are not trainable, you cannot coach any other person. If you are rebellious, you cannot accept correction, you cannot be trained, then it means that you cannot be a coach to somebody else, because like attracts like. You're going to attract a rebellious person like you. So if you are somebody that has built yourself up, you built your confidence, you because you are consistent, then your your behavior is not forced. It becomes a habit. It is not a forced something. Then you are likely to sustain it for a long time. So this is you realize who your identity is, who you are, and then that will form your results.
Thank you, Mosimola. Yeah. So the second point for becoming the person your goals require is self-identity shapes results. So you really have to, like Mosimola said, to show up, consistently. You have to follow through to the things that you set your mind to achieve, and then the results will start reflecting on your consistency. So you need to start practicing that. So the third point is identity based growth builds confidence faster. So when I first stepped into the digital business world, I thought success was only about achieving certain goals, earning income, mastering the system, growing the community. But along the way, I realized something much more powerful. And that is, growth isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. So for 25 years, my identity was tied to my career in the film industry. The long days, the structured schedules, and the constant deadlines. I was proud of my work, but I also felt boxed in by it. So when I started my online business, I had to reveal my identity from the inside out. At first, it wasn't easy. I wasn't the tech person, I wasn't the entrepreneur, I was simply learning. But every time I show up, I started to prove something to myself, that I was capable, that I was adaptable, and willing to grow. So, according to the Psychology Today reports, that identity based goals improve confidence and follow through by 40% compared to the outcome based goals alone. So that story makes perfect sense because I lived that. So when I shift my focus from I need to reach this goal to I'm becoming the kind of person who follows through, everything changed. So each small action becomes evidence of my growth. So, for example, like learning a new skill, sharing my story publicly, or mentoring others with what I learned. These weren't just tasks, they were proof that I was evolving. And that's where real confidence comes from, not from perfection, but from identity. So when your goals are tied to who you are becoming, failure doesn't break your confidence, it builds that. Because every step forward reinforces that you are showing up for your vision, even on the hard days. And that's exactly what I help others experience now, a way to grow into confidence through mentorship, the systems, and community support. So you don't just achieve results, you become the person capable of sustaining them. So identity based growth is slower at first, but stronger for life. Um, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone, you simply need to remind yourself every day of who you are becoming. Because every action you take in faith becomes proof of your transformation. And proof builds confidence faster than perfection ever could. So you're not waiting to become her, you're already growing into her or into him. So that's the message for you for this point. And now we are moving to the key takeaway for this topic.
Hmm. The key takeaway today is that you should not ask, what do I want? Rather, you should ask, who do I need to become? Then your goals will follow.
Yes. So that's our key takeaway for this topic. So we hope so that you got some tips, from what we shared today on how you become the person, creating that identity to be able to achieve those goals that you set your mind to, um, creating those habits, and by creating those habits, start small, start one habit. Make sure that, you do it for 30 days to create that habit, to create that discipline, and then you move on to the next one. um so little by little, when you start doing, like we mentioned, like it starts slow at first. You're not gonna see too much change, but on the long run you will see the change. It's just a matter of, be consistent, focus on what you want to achieve, and then you're gonna be able to create that identity that you're looking for this 2026. So let's find out what is our topic for next Sunday.
Next Sunday, we're going to have Breaking the Cycle, how to finally follow through in 2026.
Yes, so that's what we're gonna be talking next Sunday. So another good topic, how to start the year uh, 2026, with breaking what the same patterns that we bring every year. We need to change those patterns and to be able to improve um, for good this time. We always say like we want to change and improve, but it's like we start, then we stop. Like Isabel was mentioned. But we have to start changing. So if we didn't do it last year, well, let's try this year to make that change. 2026 is the year for change. So it's a change for change, and this in the year to see those results. So let's do it and let's focus on that. So that's the end of the our live for today. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We want to say thank you to Daxi Belakal Spiritu and Afshan Shima for their like emoji, for watching the live with us today. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
And we also want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and a happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday, and a happy and blessed week ahead. And if you want to learn how you can start your online business in 2026, creating that extra side of income or having that plan B, because, nowadays relying on one income stream is not enough. So if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity where you get that global online community support, here are three ways that you can do that. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Or you can register directly into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch our free live webinar. So we have free live webinars every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So you can register when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So one of the links is to register to the live webinar. So you can register for either of the 2 days or for both. The second link is a link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to our live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it we're going to find out on the webinar? Well, on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, there you go. So, if you want to learn more, put in the comments more info, send us a private message, or register directly into our website. So saying that, we have arrived to the end of our life. So I want to say thank you to everyone. And until the next episode of the
Eagles in digital business.
A Candid Chat with
All
Us.
us. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.
Have a good rest of your Sunday and a blessed week ahead, guys.
Blessed week.